So we have MasterCard Foundation Scholarship Program. MasterCard Foundation Scholarship Program. That is at McGill University. I might not mention the name right, but it's a noun, so I'm free to mention it in my own accent. So they have eligible master's courses, okay? And bear in mind, this master's course is non-thesis only. So that means that when you're taking this master's course, you're not going to be taking a thesis work. So it's just coursework. So they have a master's program available for all, fully funded. And when I tell people that we are on scholarships that are fully funded, people actually have doubts, but I am on a scholarship which is fully funded. So I don't know where people get the fact that it's not fully funded. So as much as possible, I bring you scholarships that are fully funded, because that is what I will look out for. Okay, so MasterCard Foundation Scholarship from McGill University is a non-thesis master's program that is looking at courses like architecture. So if you find yourself in the architecture field, you can apply, which is MArch Professional. If you find yourself in Master of Education, Education Psychology, you can apply for it. And they're also looking at Masters of Arts, and they are awarding it to counseling and psychology, education and society, educational leadership, political science, school and applied child psychology. So and this requires that you have 2 years of teaching experience, or a similar experience. So if I've ever thought before, or you've led a volunteering program that has thought before, you can accumulate all of that and make them into a teaching experience. So the same scholarship is also looking at Masters of Science. So anyone that wants to partake in who wants to take a course in bioresource engineering, biostatistics, epidemiology, food science and agricultural chemistry, and public health. So I've gotten a lot of people asking me, do you have any master's course in public health? McGill scholarship is providing that, so you can apply. It's also providing an MEng in aerospace engineering, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, materials engineering. Hey, I'm a materials engineer, so I'm a strong advocate for that as well. Yeah, materials engineering and mining engineering. Then it's also if you also find yourself among this field, animal science, bioresource engineering, biotechnology, human nutrition, and occupational health, you can also apply to partake in a master's in that school as well as part of that. It's also looking at Master of Information Studies. So if you did information studies in the university and you want to partake in it, you can also apply for that master's course. And the deadline, they say it depends on the program. So at the end of the program, I would drop the link. If you go on there, you click your particular option that you are going to apply for, it will tell you your deadline for application. But generally, there's a deadline for submission of supporting documents, and that's 31st January 2021. So that's 3 months from now. And the reason why we are bringing you this is because even when you're gathering all your document, sometimes it takes a very long time to just get maybe a recommendation letter from a lecturer that you might have to attach from it. You might have to follow up like a month or two. So it's advisable to start now if you're interested in that kind of scholarship. I'll put the link on the comment section. If Nana Duma is here, she'll definitely do that. But if she hasn't, well, I'll put the link and you can also watch as well. So there's another scholarship open in University of North Carolina, and that's in the US. And that is looking at under the Department of Computer Science. So it's offering a master's and a PhD program. So if you're here, you want a master's program, a PhD degree in computer science, you can apply for that. And the deadline is within 15 December 2020 and March 9, 2021. So I had a friend applying for this scholarship. What he realized was that among the list of schools that you needed to choose, you need to choose whether you are from KNUST, and but University of Ghana wasn't present there. And I saw that there was AIMS. So AIMS is African Institute of Mathematical Sciences. So I would have to give that a quick check to find out if African Institute of Mathematical Sciences is also under the scheme of Legon, but KNUST is widely written over there. Okay, so another scholarship today, we have a list of scholarships that are running, so do stay tuned, and do, if you've had the course that you've seen someone who will be much interested, please do tag the person, like quickly tag the person on there and tell them that, hey, scholarships are here, or scholarships are here for your scheme, so do well to apply. So just as I said, there's a MasterCard Foundation Scholarship Program also running. That one is stated for young Africans. So that one is targeted towards African community. For MasterCard, they run a lot of programs as well. So they differ from school to school and what they want you to do as well. So don't be dismayed. You see MasterCard all over. Just click and find out which one you're part of. So that is running at Arizona State University, Phoenix, Arizona in the US. And it's a master's program that is fully funded, okay? And it's a full-time on-campus graduate program. So it's under, it's for people who want to study maybe user experience, graphic information technology, computer science information technology, software engineering, learning sciences, and digital culture. So I'm sure people who did computer science can best relate to what I'm saying and how to use these interfaces. So if you want to further education and do a master's program in there, you can as well apply for it. But there is a deadline that is almost close to like less than 3 weeks. The deadline is on the 19th of October, 2020. So if this strikes your interest, now, quickly start the application process because it can be a bit cumbersome. Okay, so the Australian Government Research Training Program is also offering a fully funded scholarship to be able to study any postgraduate degree in any faculty. Okay, and that also is ending in a few months, like in a month's time, I guess. That's on the 30th of October, 2020. So if you have plans also to be able to study for your master's degree in that course, please do well to quickly address it. So please, you can see that Nana Aduma in Cancer Jemfi is in the comment section, and she's putting on there the links for what I'm mentioning. Please do click quickly and start the application now. Just as I said, please share it. And if you know somebody who is interested in that, we can take well. I can see that there are some questions also in the comment section. I'm using the same phone, swiping all the way through. So I'll come back to your questions if I get any of them, and I'll target them and I'll answer them as well. So we are moving on to the next one. So just in case anybody's lost, we're sharing scholarships that are open and that have their deadlines that are closed within 3 months to 4 months, some within a month, and we are conscientizing you to apply as soon as possible. So please go on there, tag somebody, share, mention their names when you're sharing, tag them so that they have a list that it is happening now. So there's an Erasmus Mundus scholarship also opened for a master's degree. So one thing about Erasmus Mundus is that you are able to do a master's application in 2 different countries at the same time. So you can choose 2 European countries that you can go to and apply. And they have already provided a link, but I think some of the courses application will be open in October. So take a pen and paper, write them down, maybe save the link. If they are open in October, you can apply for it. If yours is open, go straight onto admissions. So that's Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. We have Emory, no, let me come to Emory later. So there's also UNIL International Scholarship. UNIL is spelled UNIL, International Scholarships. That's taking place in Switzerland. And that is also looking at master's grant. So I've seen that someone is asking me for economics. So when you see a master's scholarship that doesn't have a certain eligibility underneath, like Erasmus Mundus, you can apply for Erasmus Mundus because it targets different courses, different disciplines. So if there is no eligibility criterion, that's in the particular course you need to apply for, you can apply for master's course that are open to all. Then specifically underneath, you can choose your particular course that you want to apply for. So the UNIL International Scholarships is a scholarship in Switzerland that's looking at targeting master students. So master students from the School of Medicine, if you want to take Master of Education, Master of Law, but the Masters of Law, you can take it in University of Zurich and Lausanne. Those are the two universities that these grants can go to. Master of Criminal Law, Magistracy, and Specialism. This strikes my interest because yesterday I got someone asking me that she wanted to study something in criminology and criminal law. So with that, I have that in mind. So I'll quickly send it to her. So Master of Science in Physical, did I just say that? Physical Education and Sports Didactics. Physical Education and Sports Didactics. I think that is also a wing under physiotherapy. So if you did physiotherapy in the University of Ghana or something, and you want to look at physical education and how that affects the bones and all of that, I think that's a good course to also look at. They're also looking at a Master of Science and basically all the health sciences. You can also put in the application and the link, Nana Aduma is sharing it. So we have University of Ottawa scholarship for international students. So those are also fully funded, and it's looking at master's and PhD. So if you have a master's in that, you want to partake in a master's degree at the University of Ottawa is in Canada, you can also look at the link quickly and start the application. I think a friend of mine has started this application. One thing is that you need to get admission into the school and suggest to the school that you want a scholarship for the school. So this type of scholarship is an internal scholarship. And when I mean internal scholarship, the scholarship is in the school. So when you apply for admission, you're considered for that scholarship and you can apply for it. So they are looking at almost basically all the disciplines. That's the Masters of Arts, Education, Civil Law, Common Law, Management, Medicine, Science, Social Science, Engineering, and Health Sciences. So they put it under that broad aspect. That means that all your discipline that you're part of, you can also apply for this. Today, there are quite a number of scholarships that are opening. So please do take advantage. If you're here and you're joining us for the first time, you're wondering what a girl in some big glasses and pink shirt is doing, or what she's doing, is bringing you scholarships that are open and conscientizing all the youth to partake in it. If you're also looking at, going to school in 2021, and you just finished KNUST, UCC, University of Ghana, don't sit down and let these scholarships pass you by and start applying when you're done with your national service. Start applying now. So right after your national service, you can quickly move in and continue your life. That is if you want to further education. But if you want to further do other things like work and stuff, I'm a huge advocate to doing what you love to do and believing what to do. So go on with that. So I'm bringing you scholarships that are open. Please do drop your questions in the comment section. I'm seeing all of them, and tag anybody that is interested in this, and I'll take them right after. Let me just quickly go through them all. So we have the ETH Zurich Scholarship Program. ETH Zurich scholarship program, and that's also a fully funded master's degree. So I think a lot of people ask me, Lloyd, I want a master's degree, scholarship, master's degree. This is it. It's taking all disciplines. Deadline is within 15 November to 15 December. You don't have time. 3 months from now, please start this application now. So there's an international MBA scholarship that is also available. And if you did business administration, please, and you want to really take part in this, or you want to branch your field to take part in this, I would advise you to take part in this, because this is one of a few MBA fully funded scholarships that I'm seeing in the UK. And it's quite strange, but it's happening. So do take advantage and don't rest on this particular scholarship. So it's happening in Swansea University in the UK, fully funded scholarship. And the deadline is 29th November. 29th November. Please, please, and please don't wait till 1st November and start applying, or 1st October. Start the application now. So there's also an international scholarship for women in the US, and 2021-2022. The link, Nana Duma will share it. And that alone is providing 100% tuition fees. So when you see a scholarship like this, that means it's just paying all your fees for you, by your accommodation and where your daily subsistence, it's not being catered for. With all the scholarship I've mentioned, they are going to be taking care of your accommodation, your daily subsistence, that is the amounts that you'll be using to feed, your school fees and everything. So basically it's about, I always call it bring your body to school. So that's basically what all the, but this particular one is just taking care of your tuition. So I know somebody who has also taken part in this scholarship. So she was able to maneuver her way out in how to get the accommodation or grants that supported her accommodation. So if you're interested in applying for this scholarship, I can also link you up to her, and she can help you and mentor you in how to get other scholarships to buttress this particular scholarship. So the Schellenberger Foundation is currently accepting application for female PhD applicants or current PhD students from developing and emerging countries who are studying STEM. Okay, so that means that with that, you have to have been, you need to be in STEM, and STEM is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. So if you have finished your PhD, your master's degree in any STEM related field, any science field, technology field, engineering or mathematics, and you want to do a PhD, you can apply. Let me tell you one secret as well. If you are not the graduate student, okay, that did something in STEM, you can cut the master's space and apply for a PhD. My whole point is that what is there to lose? You might not get it, or you might get it, but it's worth the shot. So just apply for it. The deadline is on the 9th of November. And I also know a very strong applicant whose PhD was funded by this scholarship. So if you need help in trying to maneuver your way in applying for this scholarship, do send me a DM right after, and I'll quickly link you up to the person. So I think it's that's the scholarship for today. I will quickly go through them by mentioning just the name. If you just joined and you're also wondering, Nana Duma in Cancer JMV is dropping all the links to the scholarship beneath. You can just be clicking it, and we move forward. This has been Scholarship News in Brief. It's a brief session where we list all scholarships that are open and they are still running, and we get them daily as well. So I'll quickly go through them. So I said the MasterCard Foundation scholarships that have various course disciplines that you can apply for, whether in arts or in the sciences. North Carolina University, that's taking master students and PhD students in computer science. MasterCard Foundation scholars for young Africans, that's Arizona State University in Phoenix, US. Australian Government Research Training Programs, MSc Environmental Governance. Oh, I think I didn't mention this. A DAAD, scholarship that is looking at environmental governance programs. So DAAD, the deadline is just in a month. I think because the deadline was in a month, I didn't want to mention it. But yeah, the DAAD Environmental Governance Scholarship is giving a master's degree fully funded, and the deadline is 15th of October 2020. So MasterCard Scholarship Program as well, 2021, 2022, all of them, University of California, Berkeley, Erasmus Scholarship, that's opening in October 2020 for all course disciplines. UNIL International Scholarship in Switzerland is looking at master's scholarship, mostly for people within the School of Medicine and Public Health and Criminal Law, Magistry, Specialism, all of that. The criterion is down there. So if I'm not mentioning, I've mentioned it earlier on, I'm just mentioning the titles. University of Ottawa, ETH Zurich, and International MBA Scholarship, International Scholarship for Women in the US, and Schlumberger Scholarship. So I'll quickly also taking your questions if you have any, and we will quickly also bring the program to a halt. So okay. So I think Nana Duma is also helping me very much with the questions. Thank you, Nana Duma in Cancer JV. You know you're my heart. You know you're my heart. Yeah, so please, what about PhD in agriculture related courses? Okay, comfort. Sorry, I'll list that down. But for the PhD in STEM, agriculture sciences is also a STEM course. So please do apply for that one. And if you need someone to help you in that application, I have Dr. Angela Tebri. You can look for Angela Tebri on Facebook. She's very active on Facebook as well. She could help you with that. So agricultural sciences is part of STEM, so you can apply. Nimanche asks that any MBA scholarship available. Nimanche, I posted an international MBA scholarship at Swansea University. So Nana Duma in Cancer Jemfi has put them on the comment section. So if you're just joining in, please just check on the comment section. There's international MBA at Swansea University. That's also good for you. And you can also apply for it in there. So someone also asked that, please, I'm interested in the International Scholarship for Women in the US. Please, can I get help? Sarah, right after this, please slide into my DM. Someone told me slide into my DM is very bad. So just go, send me a DM that I'm interested in the International Women for School. But do click on the link and start the application. I could help you with somebody because they're paying 100% tuition fees. I could help you with somebody that can help with in terms of accommodation and how to figure yourself out in terms of that. So yeah, I could help you. Please DM me right after, and I would quickly send you a number. No, her Facebook handle. She's active on Facebook, and she can mentor you through that process, and we will get that done. Prof. Tuzi Ibrahim said, "What of a master's in environmental law?" Prof, I'll list. I'll put that down. If God willing, by next week we are able to see something like that, I will send them to you personally. But until then, every master's degree that doesn't have a specific criterion, I will advise you to apply for it. And states that maybe environmental law will be under the Faculty of Law. Then you can also target that you write a proposal in that aspect, and you can see whether you're eligible for that. Although these, Blackwell said that although their requirements will be found on the pages of various universities, I want to know in general, what are the requirements for scholarship application? Blackwell, yeah, just as she said, every requirements for scholarship application differs, okay? There are eligibility criterion for a particular scholarship at a time. So the general one probably will require you to have your transcripts, your academic certificates, which are the general requirements. Normally, they state that you should have a 2-1. If you see a 2-1, that means a second class APA or a first class to apply for a scholarship. But I always don't advocate that if you see that, it should be a stumbling block for you. Because I personally know people who have a second lower, a second class lower that have gotten fully funded scholarship. And there are quite many of them. So don't let those eligibility criteria stop you from saying, oh, because I don't meet the mark, I push it somewhere. Some of them will require you to have recommendation letters from professors, two at least. So some of them would rather ask for the email of the recommendation and send it directly to the supervisor to fill them up. So when they fill them up, they can, the supervisor themselves can. So it would be very good to have a very good relationship with maybe one lecturer in your university, or maybe go and see one of them to tell them your aspiration in furthering your education. And any professor or any lecturer that knows that you really want to further your education will take that up also in terms of that. So with that mentioning recommendation letter, and some of them require that you have your English proficiency exam. Okay, so with the English proficiency exam, you can straight away, what do you call it? Write them. But I know people who haven't got English proficiency exam, but they've been able to move further with applications. So more likely, I wouldn't tell you upfront that don't apply for it. You don't have English proficiency. But obviously when you have it, it will put you up on the radar as well. So it has been scholarship news in brief. I have some great news for you as well. Within the week, Chevening scholarship was open. So a little bit about Chevening scholarship is that if you have plans of studying in the UK, okay, any master's program in the UK, you can apply for Chevening scholarships. Okay, but it's quite a competitive process, but that is not to say you're not going to get through. So one of the things we are going to do to help people who are going to be applying for Chevening scholarship is to bring all the cohort, the people who got the Chevening this year. So they are going to be speaking to us about how the scholarship application is. On the 9th, their deadline is on the 9th of November. So the second week in October, that's, if my memory serves me right, 10th October, we are bringing Chevening cohort to come and help us. So put all your questions together, start the scholarship application process, start the Chevening scholarship application process. If you want to start it, and right after the show, they are also going to be helping people in the application process. So I can always pair you with somebody that has your field. So put the dates down on the 10th of October, I don't know, the second Saturday in October. We are going to be bringing the Chevening cohorts if you want to apply for a master's scholarship in the UK, and write them down so that you can also be applying. Also, just as I said, it has been scholarship news in brief. It's almost 30 minutes. It's 15 to 30 minutes of the show. We don't go above that. So I'll quickly bring the program to a halt. If you really, really have plans of furthering your education in 2021, please, every Saturdays, I will recommend that you stick to this show, because just like every other Saturday, we'll be bringing you scholarships like this, and yours might be part of it. So do stay tuned always. I've been your host. If you missed this and you want to watch it later on, it will be on my Facebook page, but it will also be on my YouTube page. My YouTube channel is Lois Ifua, LOISAFUA, is my first and second name. Subscribe and hit the bell for the notification so that you can always get new scholarship videos I post there, so that you can also be abreast with it. Thank you so much for all those that watched. If your question wasn't answered, send it to me in my DM, or I will have time within the week to answer you right after. And I'll also further on carry it forward. Next week, we are bringing you a new set of scholarships. They are open weekly. They are open a lot weekly. So do stay tuned. Right after this as well, please do share my platform to other people so that we all have a collective effort of prosperity and a collective effort for sustainability. Thank you for watching, and recommend this platform to your friends who have finished university, who are also who are now about to finish, who have finished national service or NYSC, as Nigerians would say it, in other African countries, because all of them are part of it. Tell them to stick to this platform, and let's help each other find the right sources to study. Thank you so much for watching. See you same time next week. Bye.